Good day, everyone. This is Chris with the Ancient Scholar. I thought I'd go ahead and just give my thoughts on the new iOS update. I know this is affecting a lot of people. There are probably a lot of videos out there, and I'm certainly not the most informed person in the world. But I do have an iPhone and several Apple products, so I thought I'd just go ahead and give my initial impressions on this new change. I'll try to be fair and also try to be balanced in my assessment of how things are going. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about how the process of doing the update went. I will say that it was not the smoothest process, at least for me. I had several glitches. I was lucky, or perhaps smart, in that I made a backup of both my iPad and my iPhone, and I did a backup. And when I did my initial update yesterday, it failed. It failed miserably. I lost all my data, I lost all my apps, and because I made a backup, I was able to restore everything, and then try the process over again. And I did. Eventually, I got iOS 5 installed. I had to reinstall all the applications, and most of my information's intact. I'll talk about the cloud here in a little bit because I've had some issues there. So certainly not the smoothest initial experience updating my iPad and iPhone to the new iOS 5. Certainly could have gone a little smoother, I think, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take a look at the iOS 5 itself here. So I'll just go ahead and I've got my phone here. It doesn't really look incredibly different, at first glance. Some of the really neat things that you have is you have a kind of an Android-like pull-down menu here, and you just kind of swipe down on the top, and that pulls your little menu down. And you have these two little widgets here, if you want. You have a little weather widget here, gives you the weather, and then you have the little stock market widget there, and all your notifications would show up down here. I really like this. Great addition. Apple really needed to do this. It's very nice, it's very easy, and what I really like about it, let's go ahead and I'm just going to go in and do a message here, and I'll send a message. We'll do a message to myself, and I'll show you kind of how this works here. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and send a message to myself. Just throw some gibberish in there, and then I'll go ahead and hit send, and we'll let the message go. And you see the little message pops up on the top here instead of a big old block right in the middle. That's really nice. It's kind of out of the way. It's kind of inconspicuous. And it'll kind of just go away on its own as you're using the phone, or doing whatever you need to do. So I like that. It's not as really in the way. You can go ahead and pull it down. It's right there in your messages, and you can click on it, and it'll take you right there. You can see kind of the blue color here. This is kind of the iPhone's proprietary, I suppose, kind of way of communicating. Apparently, you're not charged by doing this. I don't know the exact name of whatever that is. If it's green, that means that you're actually sending SMSs or MMSs through your carrier. In my case, AT&T, could be Verizon or Sprint. But if you have other iOS devices, you can communicate with the various devices, and other people have these devices using this, and apparently you're not necessarily using your carrier. Whatever. That really isn't a huge deal for me. But I really do like having this here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and send myself another message, and I'm going to kind of show you how it works when I have the phone off here, or not off, but in standby, this is really nice. It now pops up here for you to see, and what you can do is you can click on this and actually slide from your lock screen, and it'll bring you right in to your right into your messaging from that screen. So that's really nice that you can kind of do that, from your lock screen, that those will pop up and you have a little more freedom there. Speaking of the lock screen, a really nice addition that I really like is now I can go ahead and from my lock screen I just double press my home button there, and that brings up my camera option, and I can go ahead and take pictures while the phone is locked, and take my picture and it'll go right back out or I can just lock it back in the lock screen. So that's really nice. I really like having that option as well. Okay, so those are some of the major overt characteristics of, again, your notifications. Let's go ahead and talk about some of maybe the more covert characteristics, and a lot of those are going to revolve around the iCloud right here. So let's go ahead and show you a little bit of how that works. Of course, I have Keynote, and let's see if I can. There we go. So I have Keynote and Pages. I can click on Keynote here, and I'm in Keynote now. It'll take probably a couple seconds, and you can see I have all these presentations here. I'll go ahead and click on one of these folders that opens up, and all these presentations are actually on my cloud, and I have access to those via the cloud. So all these presentations are on my my computer, they're in my cloud, and they're on my iPad, so it's really nice that I have that interconnectivity. I will say that it's not the most intuitive process, actually using the cloud and connecting to it, and apparently you need to have the new Lion OS, and I actually don't have Lion on my computers. I'm happy with Snow Leopard that I'm using right now, and I just really I'm really not all that keen on updating my OS right now, and apparently you need the new version of Lion to really use that on your home computer. So my initial impression of the cloud is, at least for me, it's really not incredibly intuitive. I'm not a real computer savvy kind of person. I can do videos and whatnot, but I don't think it's really as intuitive as Apple says, and that's kind of a shame. Because I really do like Apple products, I really do enjoy them. But I kind of have to call it how I see it, and obviously there are a lot of opinions out there, and this is just my opinion is one of many. But my opinion is that the whole process could have been smoother. It could be smoother, and honestly, I do hope that there are some updates that come out that can kind of streamline this a little bit and make it maybe a little more intuitive for people like myself, and perhaps that's just my own ignorance. But these are my initial impressions of the iOS 5. Again, I really like interfacing with it and the functionality, but I don't think that the upgrade, the process itself, was very intuitive, and I'm not particularly comfortable with the cloud feature quite yet. So my opinion may change, but I do think that there is some work to be done on this. So those are my, hey, there you go. There's a little Facebook message there. But anyway, this is just my initial impression for all of this iOS iCloud business. Okay, guys, as always, thanks for hanging in there.